This is Dr.RED Panda.
Have you noticed how the friends you used to talk to every day are slowly disappearing from your life? You might think everyone's just busy, but this is a silent crisis. Modern friendships are collapsing, and most people don't even realize it. Hi, I'm Dr. Red Panda, and today I'm going to show you why friendships are more fragile than romantic relationships, and how to survive in this friendship desert. More and more of us are lonely, forgotten, even weekends with friends are disappearing. And the scary part? It's not your fault. It's not theirs either. It's the times we live in. The vanishing friends. Have you noticed it? The friends you used to text every day, meet on weekends, or call just to chat about nothing important. They're disappearing from your life. At first, you might think, oh, they're just busy. And sure, life gets hectic. Work, studies, family responsibilities. But if you're honest with yourself, it's more than that. Something is quietly happening, and most people don't even notice it. Modern friendships are in crisis. Unlike romantic relationships, which often have clear milestones, dates, anniversaries, moving in together, friendships don't come with warning signs. There's no alarm that tells you when a friendship is fading. One day, someone who used to be part of your daily life just stops replying. Weekend hangouts disappear. Inside jokes aren't shared anymore. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, you start feeling lonely. And what's worse, you may not even realize it at first, because the change happens in small, almost invisible steps. It's not just your imagination. Studies show that people today have fewer close friends than previous generations. The number of meaningful, long-term friendships is shrinking, and social media, ironically, makes it worse. While scrolling through feeds, it seems like everyone is still connected, but online interactions often replace real, face-to-face conversations. A quick comment or a like on a post cannot replace genuine emotional support. Seeing friends' photos or stories can even make you feel left out, creating the illusion that life is moving on without you. And the hardest part? Many of us blame ourselves. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe I'm too needy. Maybe I just can't maintain friendships. But that's only part of the story. The truth is, modern life is structured in a way that slowly pushes friends apart. People move cities for work, get caught up in relationships, or simply drift because life demands so much of their attention. Friendships are casualties of time, circumstances, and priorities, not character flaws. The result is an invisible epidemic of loneliness. You may have dozens of contacts on your phone, hundreds of social media friends, but the feeling of being truly seen, heard, and understood is fading. Weekends feel quieter. Vacations feel lonelier. Even small celebrations can seem incomplete without that friend who used to always be there. The signs are subtle. Fewer calls, less laughter, conversations that feel forced, messages that take days or weeks to get a reply. Over time, these small distances add up, forming an invisible wall between you and the people you care about. And even when you try to reach out, it feels like you're grasping at fading shadows of what used to be. It's a quiet, creeping change, almost imperceptible at first, but over time, it transforms the way we experience connection, leaving many of us feeling isolated in a world that looks more connected than ever. This isn't just about missing friends. It's about the slow erosion of intimacy, the subtle way our support networks shrink, and the lonely realization that friendship, once taken for granted, now feels fragile, fleeting, and hard to hold on to. Why friendships are fragile today. Friendships today are more fragile than ever, and it's not because people are bad friends or lack loyalty. It's because the structure of modern life quietly works against deep, lasting connections. Unlike in the past, where communities were tighter and routines more predictable, modern society constantly pulls people in different directions, geographically, emotionally, and digitally. One of the biggest factors is time scarcity. People are juggling work, education, family, and personal projects at levels previous generations rarely faced. The more responsibilities we accumulate, the harder it becomes to prioritize friendships, especially those that require effort rather than convenience. Another factor is mobility. People move cities or even countries for jobs or education. A friend who was once around the corner can suddenly be hundreds of miles away. While technology allows us to stay superficially connected, it cannot replace shared experiences, casual encounters, or the small gestures that build intimacy over time. Proximity matters more than we often realize. Social media also plays a paradoxical role. On the surface, it promises connection. Likes, comments, and group chats create an illusion of togetherness. But in reality, it encourages shallow interactions and passive consumption. We may scroll past a friend's post daily, thinking we're staying in touch, but we miss the emotional depth that comes from direct conversation. Online platforms can even exaggerate feelings of isolation, as curated posts remind us of moments we aren't part of. Moreover, modern friendship faces higher emotional expectations. People increasingly rely on friends to fulfill multiple roles: social, emotional, and even professional support. When those expectations collide with the reality of busy, distracted lives, disappointments occur. Friendships that once thrived on casual, spontaneous interaction now face pressure to perform, making them more fragile. Finally, there's the invisible drift of priorities. Interests, goals, and values change as people grow, often at different rates. Friends who were perfectly aligned 5 years ago may no longer share the same path, making the friendship feel less effortless and more like work. It's natural, but the result is the slow erosion of bonds that were once strong. All of these factors combine to create what many psychologists now call a friendship deficit. It's not about blame, it's about circumstance. Modern life isn't designed to sustain deep, long-term friendships, and without conscious effort, most of us experience a gradual, almost imperceptible loss of meaningful connections. How to survive the friendship desert. So, if modern life is quietly eroding our friendships, what can we do? How do you survive in this friendship desert without feeling constantly lonely or disconnected? The truth is, while we can't change the structure of society, we can change how we approach friendships and take conscious steps to preserve the bonds that matter most. First, prioritize the friendships that truly matter. Not every acquaintance or casual friend needs your time. Focus on the people who have consistently supported you, who make you feel seen, and who share meaningful experiences with you. It might mean reaching out more often, scheduling regular calls or meetups, or simply sending a thoughtful message. Quality always beats quantity when it comes to lasting friendships. Second, accept the natural ebb and flow. Friendships, like any relationship, change over time. Some will fade, some will strengthen, and some may return unexpectedly. Accepting this reality reduces guilt and self-blame. Just because someone drifts away doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Sometimes life simply moves people in different directions. Third, be proactive, not reactive. Friendships don't maintain themselves. If you notice a friend pulling away, take initiative. Send a message, suggest a coffee, or just check in. Small, consistent efforts go a long way in maintaining connection. Waiting for someone else to reach out often means the bond will weaken further. Fourth, expand your social circle strategically. Joining clubs, interest groups, or online communities can help you meet like-minded people and build new friendships. While new connections don't replace old ones, they can provide support, stimulation, and companionship, especially when old friendships are stretched thin by distance or life changes. Fifth, recognize the value of solitude. Being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. Learning to enjoy your own company, reflecting on your values, and investing in personal growth can make you a better friend and reduce dependency on others for emotional fulfillment. Loneliness can become an opportunity rather than a curse. Finally, let's be honest. Surviving the friendship desert requires effort and awareness. It's not just about maintaining contacts. It's about cultivating deep, meaningful connections in a world that makes them increasingly rare. So here's the question for you. Do you think modern friendships are dying? Or is this just the natural way people grow apart? Comment below, let's talk about it. Which friendships are worth fighting for, and which ones do we have to let go? And that's a wrap for this episode of the video. I'm Dr. Red Panda. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Until next time, take care.